What is up, you all? Back again here in Washington State. Right here, we are going to be doing a vlog about one of the most historic malls in Washington. It's actually one of the oldest. We are here at the Vancouver Mall. Let's go and check it out. All right, so here we go. We're gonna walk through the entrance here. This entrance has been here since day one. Very little has been replaced. How you doing, brother? Yeah. All right, we are walking inside the mall. As you can see, it looks completely redone. But what you wouldn't know is about 30 years ago, this looked completely different. If you've ever seen the Stranger Things movies, you'll know how things in the 80s, 70s and 80s were super dark. And they had like waterfalls and creeks running through the whole place. You can see up here, much of this on the ceiling is exactly the same. But I'm gonna show you a few things that will trigger, and we'll do some side-by-sides and we'll get going. Here's some cool beginning facts here. Groundbreaking ceremony on May 19th, 1976 was commemorated with the planting of a 35-foot oak tree. The tree emphasized the commitment, Northwest values, and the vision of the Vancouver Mall. So here's the oak tree right here, which actually it still stands there today, believe it or not. We'll go check that out, of course, but you can see the construction of the mall is beginning right here. Here's the announcement. Looks neat. Vancouver Mall shows confidence in county growth. Look at this. An approximate 100,000 square foot department store at the mall. They're gonna build all this. This was huge. Back in 1977. When you think about it, here in Vancouver, Washington, we didn't really have anything. So this was going to be like equivalent to like a Six Flags with no rides. Again, here's that picture, 1976. So let's go over here. What do we got here? Phase 1 construction included 660,000 square foot of department stores with Meyer & Frank, Nordstrom, and Sears. I think I forgot that one. And 95,000 square foot of specialty stores. The two-level mall would also include 5,000 parking spaces. So here's some pictures at first here of the building. What is now here. And a lot of this is actually gone. These escalators, they're gone. Now they just have them on each side of the mall. But see the ceiling windows right here? We just saw that walking in. And you guys, this was in 1977. So you can really see how things have changed. There's a kid holding up a balloon, walking through the mall. Never know that you're a star right now. You're a part of history. And back in the day, they used to have this red brick. You can kind of see it right here, but most of it is down here. It's crisscrossed. You'll see it. We'll go take a tour a little later on and see a bunch of that still exists inside this mall. Most of them inside dark hallways and outside resting areas. Building the stairs there. This is when it opened, 1977. Phase 2 of the construction included an addition of 438,000 square foot fourth department store, JCPenney. An additional 125,000 square foot was built to accommodate an additional 45 specialty shops. This is what I was saying, is like half of this was built before the rest was put in. Right here you can see where they would eventually put the JCPenney's in this whole area in an existing part of the mall, but it's not there yet, as you can see. But where we parked and walked in was right here. As you can see, it's changed a lot. Look at the farmland, everything behind it. That is now all filled in. Neat. So I'm pouring some rock, some cement, getting this beast all built in 1979. Here we are in 1981. Mervyn's edition. Again, we only saw about from here over, and they built the rest of this as the addition goes on. This is when the mall was really starting to hop. You can really tell. Here, there's a little information on 82,225 square foot Mervyn's was added in the 5th department store to the north side of the property. Now here's the thing about Mervyn's. Mervyn's was a very popular anchor store in almost every mall in America. It was comparable to like a Kohl's or something like that. Claimed to have stuff cheaper and more on discount than some of the bigger, most expensive stores. So here's this. Look at this photo in 1993. I was talking about, you can see throughout the mall back in its day. All right, you guys, how neat is this? Remember when we were inside looking at the posters and they were talking about that giant oak tree? This has been there. This is a cornerstone of the mall before any of this was actually here. That's the tree right there. And we're almost in the same exact spot where they took that picture of the mall, which is in the background being built. So neat. Do a comparison picture, of course, right next to this. Alright guys, so about 5 years ago, you'll remember a business named Sears. Popular store. This is one of their anchors. It used to be right here, but now it's a Hobby Lobby. If you look over here, you can see the new brick put up where there was a auto work garage. So pretty much Sears, their home tire shop, their own just mechanic area where they work on cars. Just a shop of some sort. Looking back on the rest of the mall over here. And yeah, that used to be a Sears. Here we are on the west side of the Vancouver Mall. We're at Macy's. This was formerly known as Meyer and Frank's, which went out of business years ago. I don't know how many there were around the US. There's quite a few. But I remember right over here, there's these giant pillars, wooden pillars that come over into this creepy, beautiful looking entrance. Everything inside had these beautiful chandeliers. They sold, you know, some nice upscale jewelry, fragrance, shoes. You see right there, that's been there since day one. They have not done a single thing to the exterior of that building. Alright, here's a cool other historic part of the mall. Right here used to be the city bus stop. So this was like the Vancouver Mall Transit Center area. You can tell that buses lined all up against here. They had signs sticking up with Teslas. The buses would all park along this side and signs would pop up saying, this is bus 32 going downtown, or this is bus 7 going to Battleground, or Mill Plain. Of course, the larger, more full capacity buses would be up front. So this is the classic entrance of Nordstrom's. Or Nordstrom, I guess it would be, huh? Look at this fancy alley right here. That's pretty rad. Anyways, Nordstrom was, I think it was probably the most expensive store in the mall. They've had plenty of these all over the U.S. I don't know if any of them, I think there's still a few still open. One in Portland, which is just now, gosh, probably 25 minutes from here. Oregon. But I'm gonna match up a picture of what this place used to look like right here. Now a Gold's Gym. Crazy how history changes, isn't it? So we are on the southeastern side of the Vancouver Mall. You can see over here. Just looks abandoned. This used to be a popular entrance back in the day. I, in fact, remember going in that entrance. But across the street, this is another part of history right here, where this sign and building is. This once was called Vancouver Cinema 4. A lot of good films I've seen in this theater. I've seen Dante's Peak. If any of you remember that 1997 blockbuster. I saw that for the first time and it blew my mind. Right inside that theater right there. In fact, that was probably their largest auditorium inside here. But let's go to the front here. Walking on the sidewalk. All this right here was, obviously it was parking for any time you wanted to go see a movie here. Very, very popular spot. And this was before a lot of the larger chain, you know, Regal Cinemas, AMC, Regal. Before any of those were here. This was one of the anchor spots right here. This was one of the go-to places to see a movie. Let's see if I can match up a shot here. So you can see right here would have been the entrance where those two doors are over there. Pretty neat. Here's more of the parking lot. For all you theater geeks out here, you can definitely tell this was once a theater because you see how it slants down the sidewalk right here? Back in the, oh shoot, ever since theaters were a thing, they slanted the floor like that to allow different seats to see different views of the screen, so everybody had a chance seeing it. Now, of course, we have stadium seating, which is more blocks, as you know. This would be the north side of the theater right here. Lobby over there. There were 3 different auditoriums on this side. And actually, this door is a converted theater exit, emergency exit. So where these windows are right here, there was once a screen. And by the way, all this brick, this pavement, cement, that is all original from when this was a theater. So there's another door, that was an exit of another theater auditorium. And you know what I'm talking about, the doors that are sitting right beside the front of the screen or to the right or the left that say emergency exit, or you know, if you were a punk in the 90s, you'd let your friend through the door for a free movie, sneak them through. Not anymore. Here's the third door. That's where the third auditorium was. There's the emergency exit, so screen right there. So an auditorium there, auditorium here, and an auditorium right there. Exit, exit, exit. In fact, I remember, I think I was 13 or 14, I remember seeing, oh gosh, what was the movie about the dog? I'll have to think of it. So I finally thought of the movie. It was Air Bud. That was a movie, if you were younger, it was more of like a Disney movie about a dog who's a buddy of a kid. It's just a story of their friendship. It was a good movie. Here's the other side of those 3 auditoriums. As you can see, they've punched those squares in, but remember, this was all brick. And these were auditoriums. So we're looking lengthways of, this would have been auditorium 1, maybe? But as you can see, hopefully it picks it up on camera, that there is a slant still. They've just had to level it out, obviously, because they've converted this into small businesses. Right over here was one of the back emergency exits of the lobby. So inside these doors, you would see arcade games, bathrooms, you know, like those old 70s smelly urinal cake bathrooms. Right through those doors. But of course they were hard doors then, and you know, just old movie theater doors that said exit only. And again, remember, they've built this deck. A lot of these businesses right here. Punched holes in the windows. Pretty neat though, this tree still existing here. They have not cut down this tree. That is an old tree from day 0 of before this theater was here, I'm sure. Sure stood its time here. Pretty neat. Alright, so we are on the south side here. This was known as the Grand Auditorium. This was, if any blockbusters came out, a new movie, like any movies in the 90s, or old movies, and you had that large auditorium nearby you, this is where they would be shown right here. You can see this is the exit door of that large screen. And look at this. Is this original? You guys, this might be original sconce. But yes, let's check it out right here. Of course, these stairs weren't here. Second level, they built in that door. They built in all these windows. But the screen would be inside. It'd just be a giant 16 by 9 screen, or maybe it was even 4 by 3. Widescreen TVs really didn't make its debut until, what, the 2000s? But this is it. This was the grand auditorium right here. Just keep walking around. You can see there's the inside of the lobby over there. That's what the inside would be. And then the slant. This would be one giant auditorium right here. Pretty neat. Alright guys, just a quick little update. The last scene you saw was myself inside the mall. And we are looking at some historic posters, doing some neat little views. I'm going to do a little bit of comparisons if I can. Just side by sides. However, about the fourth history poster in, a security guard came up, had me stop recording, and had me escorted to the management of the mall. It was not fun. It was a little embarrassing because here's this white boy trying to do just a fun vlog on a mall that once existed and still does, kind of. I was kicked out of the mall for filming. And what's really sad is, I mean, I'm not there to exploit. I'm not there to infringe on any copyrights. Half the stores in this mall now weren't the neat stores that I knew of back in the day that maybe you knew of. These are stores that just order off Amazon now and make a fun little name and pay an over-exuberant price to lease any space inside this mall. I'm not going to go film a little store that sells bunny rabbits. But I also do know this. I know that there is respect that needs to be given. And if they do not want me to film in there, I'm not going to push it. So, yeah. First time ever, even being close to a criminal, getting kicked out of my own mall for doing a historic vlog. If you end up doing this kind of stuff, just go ask the management first. You'd think it's not a big thing, but apparently it is. I just have nothing else to say. But it's really sad that you can't go inside your own stomping grounds and give a little bit of history. You'd think it'd be free advertisement for them, you know. People would want to come to the mall and come check out these old cool facts, but I get it. So that'll do it for today in this vlog. Join me on my next adventure. See you soon.